Here is the next block of the month. It's called Country Roads, and this is the 9th block of this series. These are going together very quickly, and it's really fun to make. I like making these bright colors. Anyway, Country Roads has just a pathway around it, and I need 12 blocks of one kind and 13 blocks of another. I decided to make the pattern the blue color this time, and the background is the background. So that works out well. All the squares are 4 1/2 inches. All I have to do is lay them out on the tabletop and then start chain piecing them together. Here they are finished chain piecing them. And I just laid them back out on the tabletop to check to make sure that they're all accurately sewn. Now I'm doing the sewing the chained pieces together and making sure that one seam allowance faces forward and one seam allowance faces in the other direction, so they all nest together well. And as I'm watching this video, I'm realizing that that's got a very good camera angle. And when I reviewed it, I decided to do the next seam from a different orientation. So pretty soon you're going to see me move things around a little bit. When you're sewing, you have to decide how to hold the pieces so that they're comfortable in your hands and that you can hold them and pass them under the presser foot safely to make sure that your fingers are not in the way. Quite often I have something to help me with putting the seam allowances under the presser foot. But in this case, the blocks are big enough and they're not so tiny that you have to really get your fingers anywhere close to a dangerous zone. Anyway, here's the new camera angle. You see how I just sort of hold the end. One end is anchored with the presser foot, and I hold the other end, which is easy enough to do when something is only 20 inches away. If it's 3 feet away, it's too far to hold. But then I do use some pins, and I do use something in the middle in order to secure the spaces where they want to be. But anyway, it doesn't take very long to sew these seams together. And once I get them all sewn together, I spend a few minutes pressing those seams very well to make sure that they lie flat and that the finished block is going to be perfectly stabilized and not bumpy on the front, which makes it much easier to machine quilt it once it's finished. Well, I guess that pretty much sums up this block. I'll show you the finished product in just a few seconds. Meanwhile, I hope you've enjoyed this series of learning how to chain piece, making patterns a little bit easier to work with if you have issues with your hands or you want to make something that's a little bit maybe more modern in style. And anyway, I pressed it all out, and there it is on the wall. And it looks very handsome up there beside those other colorful blocks. Remember, tell your friends and like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Bye for now.